Hi there, and today what we're going to do is we're going to talk to potential homeowners that are considering selling their house and trying to work out which agents they should be interviewing for the opportunity to sell their own home. You know, the biggest mistake that I think a lot of homeowners make in the current market is they really only see one agent, and that's just not enough in my opinion. I think homeowners need to do their research, they need to be diligent, and in my opinion they need to be seeing at least 3 agents and interviewing those agents, seeing the different points of difference that each agent's offering before making a decision on which one they feel most comfortable with when selling your home. So the big question is that how do you research agents? You've got the obvious forms, which is like realestate.com and Domain, so you can jump online, you can type in your suburb and you can go through the different agents that are active and marketing properties in your immediate area. Then you can also go through any local publication, the local paper or whatever it may be, go down to any local shops and see what real estate offices are in the area. But I think it's not only you're looking for which agents are dominant, because dominant agents are going to be able to attract more buyers to your house, but I think it's also important that you look at the way in which the properties are presented. So for a lot of times the internet and the newspaper are going to be the only chance or the first chance that those buyers are going to make a first impression of your house. So are the agents using professional photography? You know, it's just a must in the current market. Are they using floor plans? Is there a well-structured written ad that's targeting a particular demographic that the agent feels is going to be most suited towards that property, or is it just 1 or 2 lines and very generic? You know, the biggest frustration that we receive from buyers is when properties are advertised with no address or no price, or in some cases it's actually both. Now there may be unique circumstance that does apply, but by and large I think it just frustrates buyers. It's solely relying on the buyer to be proactive enough to call the agent, which in my opinion probably isn't a good step. And if it frustrates you as a buyer, chances are it's going to frustrate the buyers that could be looking at your property. So what you should be able to do is, by doing even that basic research, it should start to show you which agents are marketing properties professionally, which agents have got well-structured ads, and then what I would like you to do is that choose about 4 or 5 agents that you think are the best agents and are promoting properties in the best fashion in your immediate area. The next step from there is to go and research the agents face to face. So go and see how they operate in action. Go and attend their open homes. So just spend one Saturday, make a list of the properties that are open in your area or around your area, or the agency you'd love to work with, and just go and see how they operate. I mean, open homes are a vital part of selling a property. It allows buyers the opportunity to go through at their own free leisure, and for a homeowner researching agents, it's a wonderful opportunity to see how they are in action. So some of the standard things that, I mean, when you first arrive at an open home, the agent obviously should look professional, should look smart, they should be standing at the front of the property or at the front door. The most obvious things that agents get are phone numbers, your full name and an email address. That's what probably most agents are going to get. It's important that the register's not sitting on the kitchen bench. You know, at the end of the day, these are people coming through the owner's house. It's the owner's responsibility to make sure that they get every single buyer's contact details. Some of the things that a lot of agents don't get, which in my opinion are equally important, is where the actual buyer saw the ad. I think that it's a frustration of mine that agents recommend owners spend money in different mediums to advertise and market their property, yet they don't research where the buyers are coming from. So they're giving that advice out without actually understanding if it's actually working or not. Another thing that's important, I think, is asking buyers where their postcode is or the suburb that they live in, so they can provide that information again through to the homeowners, so they can get an idea of what marketing is working and where the majority of buyers are coming from and what suburbs. So if the marketing strategy isn't working and they can tweak it, well, at least they've got that research to be able to work out where to go from there. Once you step foot inside the property, it's interesting to see what the different agents have on display. A standard would be a colour cardboard brochure, professional photography on the particular property. You've got floor plan on the back. That would be an absolute bare minimum and the most basic form of information that agents have available to buyers. Some of the things that we're seeing at the moment is that the professional agents are providing more market-driven information on that particular suburb to the buyers. So they're trying to constantly better educate buyers about that particular area. So for us, we provide buyers with a market review document. And what that document allows buyers the opportunity to do is see what demographic is in that particular area, what the median sale price is for that particular suburb, other recent properties that have been sold or purchased recently. So it gives them an idea of what's happening in the market and who's entering the market. So if you're a buyer and you're not familiar with that particular area, I think that could be a valuable source of information. Other information that might be on display might be a full copy of the contract. I think that buyers have an entitlement to review the document, peruse it, see if there's any standard conditions that have been inserted for the benefit of the seller, and just at their own free leisure scan through that contract and make sure they're happy with it. Then obviously you go through the property, you can see how well the property is presented, and just, I guess, just try and work if you're happy working with that agent. If you're unhappy with the way in which the agent's communicating with you, or if you just get a bad feeling, then it's fair to say that you're probably not going to want to work with them for the next 60 days with them trying to sell your house. And likewise, there runs that risk of other potential buyers coming to your property not being completely comfortable with the agent as well. A big test on agents is when they call you back, if in fact they actually do call you back. You'd be surprised at how many agents still to this day do not bother calling buyers back after they've attended an open home. In my opinion, the really good agents that I work with will call the buyers back on a Saturday afternoon. So you've been through the property, the agent will call you back and they'll start getting information from you. They'll start asking for feedback, whether you like the property, what did you like or didn't like, if you're an interested buyer in the property, if there's something else that they could potentially show you, or if there's more information that they can provide to you. The reason why that's really important is obviously the agent needs to provide that information through to the owner on Saturday evening. So the owner's sitting there on Saturday afternoon, they know exactly how many people they had through their home, and they can start to get an idea of the general feedback from the buyers that inspected the property. Then again, good agents will call that buyer again, so they should be calling you again on Monday and just re-establishing if you're a buyer in the marketplace, if you had any further interest in the property, and if there's any other information that the agent can assist you with, and really try hard to try and work with you as a buyer to show you possibly alternate properties that may be suitable for you. Remember, the harder that an agent's going to work for you if you're posing as a buyer, obviously is a good indicator on how hard they're going to work for buyers that are interested in your property.